Hello, in our channel, you'll find stories of heroes and saints, prophets and kings. But hidden among those familiar tales are stories of profound danger. Stories where influence, beauty, ambition, and deception changed the course of entire nations. These are not mere side characters. These are women who held immense power in their words, cunning in their minds, and a blazing fire in their hearts. Some wielded that power for great evil, leaving chaos in their wake. Some were consumed by it, their own ambitions leading to their downfall. And some serve as a stark reminder that even the smallest decision can echo through eternity, shaping the destiny of generations. Tonight, we're not just reading ancient history. We're journeying into the very lives of these formidable figures. We will explore the stories of 7 women whose actions shook kingdoms to their core and revealed the perilous, complex edge of the human heart. This is the story of the 7 most dangerous women in the Bible. In the grand tapestry of Scripture, there are stories of heroes and saints, prophets and kings. But hidden among them are stories of danger, stories where influence, beauty, ambition, and deception changed the course of nations. These are not mere side characters. These are women who held power in their words, cunning in their minds, and fire in their hearts. Some used that power for evil. Some were consumed by it. And some remind us that even the smallest decision can echo through eternity. Tonight, we journey into their lives. 7 women whose stories shook kingdoms and revealed the perilous edge of the human heart. This is the story of the 7 most dangerous women in the Bible. Number 1. Jezebel, the queen who defied heaven. Her name alone became a symbol of corruption and pride. Jezebel, daughter of a Phoenician king, married to Ahab, king of Israel. Her beauty was fierce, her mind sharper than any blade. But her loyalty was to darkness. When Jezebel arrived in Israel, she brought her gods with her, idols of Baal and Asherah. She silenced the prophets of the Lord. She built temples to false gods. And beside Ahab, she ruled a kingdom sinking into idolatry. When the prophet Elijah stood against her, calling fire from heaven, Jezebel was enraged. She vowed to destroy him. Her voice thundered through the palace. "By this time tomorrow, Elijah will be as dead as the prophets he killed." Fear spread, and even Elijah fled. But Jezebel's darkest act came when her husband coveted a humble man's vineyard, Naboth's vineyard. When Naboth refused to sell, Jezebel smiled and said, "Do you now rule Israel? I will get it for you." She forged letters in Ahab's name, accused Naboth of blasphemy, and had him stoned to death. She gained the land, but lost her soul. Years later, her prophecy caught up with her. As Jehu's chariot thundered toward the palace, Jezebel painted her eyes and stood at the window, proud even in her final hour. Jehu shouted, "Who is on my side?" 2 eunuchs looked up, and they threw her down. Dogs devoured her body by the walls of Jezreel. Her name became a warning that power without humility leads to destruction, that beauty without righteousness breeds ruin, and that no throne can stand against truth. Number 2. Delilah, the betrayer of strength. In the valley of Sorek, her name became synonymous with betrayal. Samson, chosen by God, born with strength beyond measure. His long hair was the symbol of a vow, his consecration to God. But Delilah, with soft words and gentle smiles, became his downfall. The Philistine rulers came to her, whispering, "Entice him. Find out his secret. We'll pay you 1,100 silver pieces each." Delilah began her work. "Tell me, my love," she cooed, "what makes you so strong?" Samson teased her. "If they tie me with fresh cords, I'll be weak." She tried, failed. Again and again, she asked, and again he lied. But love mixed with manipulation is a dangerous brew. At last, weary from her persistence, Samson told her the truth. "A razor has never touched my head. If my hair is cut, my strength will leave me." Delilah waited until he slept upon her lap. In the shadows, a servant came. Snip, snip. The locks fell. She whispered, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." He woke, and his strength was gone. Bound in bronze chains, blinded, mocked, the mighty warrior was reduced to nothing. Delilah's betrayal reminds us, the most dangerous weapon is not always a sword. Sometimes it's a whisper from someone we trust. Number 3. Athaliah, the grandmother who slaughtered her heirs. When the king of Judah died, Athaliah saw an opportunity, not for grief, but for power. She was mother to a dead king, grandmother to royal heirs. And she decided, if there were no heirs, she would rule. So she ordered the slaughter of her own blood. Princes, infants, cousins, no one was spared. The royal palace echoed with cries, and the throne dripped with innocence. But one child, Joash, was hidden by his aunt, Jehoshaphat, in the temple of God. For 6 long years, Athaliah reigned in darkness, unaware that the rightful king still lived. Then, one morning, the trumpet sounded. The priest Jehoiada brought forth Joash and placed the crown upon his head. When Athaliah heard the shouts of, "Long live the king!" she ran to the temple screaming, "Treason! Treason!" But judgment had come. The soldiers seized her, and her reign of terror ended where it began, in blood. Athaliah's story teaches one truth: power built on blood will always end in ruin. Number 4. Herodias and Salome, the dance of death. In the courts of Herod Antipas, feasts overflowed with music and wine, but beneath the gold and laughter lurked deadly ambition. Herodias despised John the Baptist, the prophet, who condemned her marriage as unlawful. She waited, patient as a serpent, for her chance. During a royal banquet, her daughter Salome danced before Herod, graceful, mesmerizing. The king, overtaken by lust and pride, declared, "Ask me for anything you desire, and it shall be yours, even half my kingdom." Salome looked to her mother. Herodias leaned close and whispered her wish. Moments later, the girl returned and said softly, "I want the head of John the Baptist on a platter." The hall fell silent. But Herod, bound by his own foolish oath, gave the order. And the voice that once cried out in the wilderness was silenced. Herodias and Salome remind us how pride and vengeance can turn beauty into a weapon, and how one deadly whisper can change eternity. Number 5. Potiphar's wife, the false accuser. In the glittering halls of Egypt, another tale unfolds, a story of temptation and lies. Joseph, servant in Potiphar's house, was young, wise, and favored by God. But Potiphar's wife cast longing eyes upon him. Day after day, she pursued him. "Lie with me," she said. And day after day, Joseph refused. "How can I do this great wickedness and sin against God?" One day, when no one was home, she caught his garment and demanded again. He fled, leaving his cloak behind. Her desire turned to fury. She screamed, accused him of assault, and held his garment as proof. Joseph was thrown into prison, guilty in the eyes of men, innocent before God. Potiphar's wife teaches that danger sometimes wears the mask of privilege, and that a single lie can imprison truth. Number 6. Gomer, the woman who broke a prophet's heart. Gomer's danger wasn't in violence, but in unfaithfulness. God commanded the prophet Hosea to marry her, knowing she would betray him. She wandered, chasing lovers and empty promises. Her home became a battlefield of heartbreak. But Hosea loved her still. When she was lost, he searched for her. When she was sold, he bought her back. Her story wasn't about lust, it was about the mirror of the human soul. Because Israel, too, had turned away from its first love. Gomer is dangerous because she reveals how easily we stray, and how much grace it takes to return. In her story, danger becomes redemption. Number 7. the witch of Endor, the woman who spoke to the dead. In the final days of King Saul, silence haunted him. God no longer answered through prophets or dreams. Desperate, he turned to the forbidden, a woman who could summon spirits. Under the cover of night, Saul disguised himself and came to the witch of Endor. "Bring up the prophet Samuel," he said. The woman trembled as the spirit appeared. Samuel's ghost rebuked Saul. "Why have you disturbed me? Tomorrow you and your sons will be with me." Fear consumed Saul. The next day, in battle, his army fell, and he took his own life. The witch of Endor's danger lay not in power, but in opening doors that were never meant to be opened. A warning that when humans seek control beyond God's boundaries, darkness always answers. 7 women, 7 faces of danger. Some ruled kingdoms. Some ruled hearts. Some ruled through lies, deceit, and forbidden power. But every story leads us back to one truth, that danger begins when pride takes the throne of the heart. Jezebel fell from her tower. Delilah lost her silver and her soul. Athaliah's crown turned to dust. And those who sought power found only ruin. The Bible does not hide these stories. It reveals them to remind us that wisdom, humility, and truth are the only lasting power. Their stories live on, not just as warnings, but as mirrors. For within each of us lies the choice to use our influence for good, or let it consume us from within. This is the story of the 7 most dangerous women in the Bible, a story of power, danger, and the divine justice that never sleeps. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share.